Welcome. I'm Mark Weston from ACORD, and I'd like to talk to you about ways to improve efficiency and data quality in the global insurance industry. This presentation will be relevant to you whether you work for an insurer, an agency or intermediary, or for a solution provider that serves the insurance technology sector. At the end of the presentation, I'll share some links you can follow to get more information about anything discussed here. So I want to start by asking a question. What's your company's most valuable asset? Well, you might say it's your real estate, or your staff, or the products you offer. And those are all very important, but I'd like to suggest that data is your company's most valuable asset. In today's digital economy, good data is the key to not only the efficiency of your business, but also the efficiency of the entire insurance industry. That's because data is at the root of every transaction your organization makes, both internally and with external partners. To stay current and grow in a global industry, you need to be sure that you can exchange data quickly and accurately with anyone you choose. Now I'll ask another question. What is intelligence? Well, intelligence is defined as the ability to process multiple streams of information from many sources, each with different concepts attached to them, and accurately find the connections. So the more connections you can make between all these sources and concepts, and the faster you can make them, the higher your intelligence. So at a basic level, connection equals intelligence. And the root of that intelligence, your business's intelligence, is data. We've just defined intelligence as the ability to make connections, so the next question is, how intelligent is your business? In other words, how many connections does your business data make? How good are they? And how fast are they made? Think about this. If all the systems you're exchanging data with are defining that data differently, you need to make point-to-point connections every time. This is true whether you're communicating with external partners or within your own enterprise, also during mergers and acquisitions, which are very common in the industry. You can't just grab data wherever it's from and whatever form it takes. You need to build for it. And this is true whether you're on the sending or the receiving end of a transaction. How do you solve this problem? You need data standards. Using standards means the difference between the scenario shown here and this. ACORD is a global nonprofit organization that develops and maintains data standards for the insurance industry. Data standards enable better and faster connections that lead to more efficient business processes. Data standards are an IT best practice in many industries. Standards help with data integration and optimize your infrastructure. Standards help you build a lasting system that's reusable. If your organization is using standards, you can connect with any other system or organization that uses them. More connections open you up to more possibilities, both inside your organization and with others anywhere in the world. So how do standards work? Here's a simple example. Have you ever tried to switch to a new type of mobile phone, let's say from an Android to an iPhone? And have you experienced what often happens when you export your phone book from one operating system and try to import it into the other? Well, this is what happens. The data doesn't always come across perfectly. What should be in the last name field ends up in the email field, the address ends up in the first name field, the zip code ends up where the work phone should be, and the work phone shows up as the home phone. And then you have to go manually fix all these errors, which opens the door to even more errors because your fingers could slip. Now, in the insurance value chain, there are many business functions that involve electronic exchange of data. So imagine that same exchange between phone address books as a transaction between, let's say, an agent and an insurer, and then imagine how much time and money would potentially be wasted. Now, when data is transmitted electronically from point to point using standards, errors associated with manual processes such as rekeying virtually disappear. And the staff that would have been previously tied up in those manual processes can then be redeployed more effectively. This brings tangible benefits, including more time to focus on core business. And that means you can increase sales because your staff can focus more on customer service instead of manual data entry. If you're an insurer, standards make it easier for agents to do business with you, so they're less likely to place that business elsewhere. The time you save can be spent developing new and creative products and services. Standards open up opportunities for communication with new partners who are also using them. Don't forget that the standards help you manage data better in-house. And finally, if you're on the receiving end of a transaction, using standards will help you get payment faster and improve your cash flow. Well, that's just a brief overview of how standards improve efficiency and data quality in the global insurance industry. To learn more about the benefits of ACORD standards, check out our other videos on Bright Talk and visit our website at www.accord.org. And if you want to dive in deeper on what you've heard here, register for our annual conference, ACORD 2015. Here are the details. Thanks for watching.